Jim McCauley here, Legislative Director, League of Oregon Cities. You're going to hear from the rest of our IGR staff as the videos get produced to give you a summary of how the 2019 session went. This was the first session that any of us have ever faced with a supermajority. So elections do have consequences, and for Oregon that meant the Democrats had control of the agenda, and they came in essentially with 4 priority issues. That was housing, education, family leave, and climate change. And they left the session with all but one of those, and that was really the climate change or the carbon bill. For us as a league, we had 6 priorities within the session: mental health, revenue reform, as well as housing and infrastructure, right-of-way, broadband, and third-party building inspections. It was kind of a hit and miss for us throughout the session. Very frustrating. I think some of the wins to make sure you're aware of are certainly on PERS reform. Very important. Didn't go as much as we had hoped for, but we're still looking at a significant change in cost reduction for local governments across the state. Transient lodging tax package was very important in terms of transparency, reporting, and making sure that the folks who are renting out their homes or the businesses and things of that nature are paying back into the system. 911 was a significant win, I think, across the board for all of us, with additional revenue coming into local governments, 911 centers and PSAPs across the state. And then mental health funding. That also was very important coming into session, and by the time we got out, increased funding across the board. We still have some problem areas that we're going to be working on in the future. We need to see some broadband investment long term, so we're hoping for 2020 we'll be able to get that to be able to bring back up. We have infrastructure funding that we came up short on. A bit disappointing that we didn't get as much into some of the very important funds that local governments depend on. We had a number of preemptions that you're going to hear about, where we lost ability to deal with local taxing authority, and we didn't get a final on the third-party building inspection, which is a really big disappointment. So we're going to, again, hopefully see what we can do post-session to continue to work on that.